Mets win, baby, 5-2 over the Miami Marlins. And this game, hallelujah, they're back above 500 again. And this was definitely one of their better wins of the season. Granted, I missed some of this game, so it's kind of going to be my reaction, my raw reaction to some of the things that happened in this game. But for the most part, I was able to catch it. But we're going to talk about it. Before we do, leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Mets fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload a video or go live next on the channel. So let's just jump straight into this game. Top of the first, Kodai Senga. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm falling in love with the guy here already. Jazz Chisholm, he strikes out easily. Then he allows back-to-back singles to Garrett Cooper and Luis Arias. So the Marlins kind of did a little lineup switch, having Jazz lead off. Arias moved down in the lineup. Cooper moved up in the lineup as well. And Kodai Senga gets into a first-inning jam again. And what does he do? Gets out of a first-inning jam again as he strikes out Soler. Disgusting ghost forkball pitch yet again. Forces Gene Segura to ground out, and that is the end of the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Brandon Nimmo leads things off by getting hit by a pitch, so another Met getting hit by a pitch, not surprised. Starling Marte then flies out, and then Francisco Lindor strikes out. And then what's something that the Mets were good at last year? It was getting good at bats with 2 outs, and sure enough, not the best at bats, but they get some decent ones. Pete Alonso walks, and then Mark Canha gets himself an infield single as he beats out the run there. Arias made a great defensive play, but unfortunately just couldn't get the throw over. Well, fortunately, I should say, but for him, unfortunate. And then Jeff McNeil ends up walking a run in, so that makes it a 1-0 ball game for the Mets. Tommy Pham then strikes out. That's the end of the inning there. We go to the top of the second where Senga strikes out the side. Pure filth from him, just pure filth. And we go to the bottom of the second. Mets go down in order, as it is Escobar, Nido, and Nimmo who go down in order. Top of the third, John Birdie flies out to lead things off. Jazz Chisholm grounds out. Garrett Cooper then draws a walk as he takes that ghost forkball pitch instead of swinging at it on a 3-2 count, I believe it was. And then Arias grounds out. So the Mets getting Arias out. Again, I say it. Hallelujah. And we're going to say it one more time, at least in this video, because I have something to say hallelujah to. Bottom of the third, Starling Marte leads that off with a single. Francisco Lindor strikes out. Pete Alonso grounds out. Mark Canha strikes out. So the offense getting into a little bit of a pickle there. And then top of the fourth, Senga just sits them down in order, getting a pop out and back-to-back groundouts. Yeah, fairly easy. Bottom of the fourth, Jeff McNeil grounds out to lead off the inning. Tommy Pham reaches with a error on Gene Segura there, and then a fly out from Escobar and a force out there from Tomas Nido. We go to the top of the fifth where Senga just again does his work and does it great as he gets the Marlins down in order, picking up a strikeout there on John Birdie. Bottom of the fifth, Brandon Nimmo grounds out, Marte strikes out, and then the Mets do their 2-out magic again as Francisco Lindor gets a single, and then Pete Alonso crushes one to left field to make it a 3-0 ball game. And that brought in Brazoban, who the Marlins just love to bring in whenever any of their pitchers get into trouble. I feel bad for this guy Brazoban because, my God, his arm is going to be dead by the end of the year with the amount that they've been bringing him in. Mark Canha then strikes out to end the inning. Top of the sixth, Senga unfortunately allows a home run to Jazz Chisholm. So that makes it a 3-1 game, and there was definitely some trouble here in the sixth inning as Cooper grounds out, but then Arias walks. He ends up getting to second there on a wild pitch. Soler then flies out. He walks Gene Segura, and then Garcia, he gets the ground out, so he gets out of trouble there in the sixth inning. So Kodai Senga, my guy just works out of jams like it's no big deal. I absolutely freaking love it. Bottom of the sixth, Jeff McNeil leads things off with a double, and then Tommy Pham lines out, and then here's where I say it, hallelujah, Eduardo Escobar with an opposite field home run. You love to see it. Fogo power. That makes it a 5-1 ball game. So Eduardo Escobar, a much-needed home run, and I'm hoping for not just the Mets' sake, but for his sake, that he could turn it around because he's a likable guy, but, I mean, Brett Beatty's just right there. Anyway, Tomas Nido then gets a single, and then that calls for a pitching change as Nardi comes in, another guy who the Marlins just love to use. Brandon Nimmo lines out for that first plate appearance against Nardi, and then Marte walks, and then Lindor grounds out. We go to the seventh, and Drew Smith comes in the pitch, and yeah, Drew Smith has not been not been him. And not been him, to say the least, as he walks Brian De La Cruz, gets a flyout from Nick Fortes, allows a single to John Birdie. Buck wasted no time to go to the bullpen. He brings Brooks Raley in, who gets into trouble of his own, gets an out from Jazz Chisholm, but then walks Garrett Cooper. Luis Ariz then hits an RBI single. That makes it a 5-2 game. Mets have to go to the bullpen again in this inning, and John Curtis comes in for Raley. He gets Soler to pop out, thankfully, so the Mets don't get in too much trouble there, and they only surrender a run. So we go to the bottom of the 7th, where Barnes comes in the pitch, and he pretty much gets the Mets down in order. Allowed a double to Mark Canha, but outside of that, got the rest of them down. 8th inning, John Curtis stays in, and he gets 3 straight groundouts, so good performance there from John Curtis. And then the Marlins go to their bullpen yet again, and they end up going down in order. The Mets, Escobar strikes out, Nito with a line out, and Nimmo with a ground out. Robertson comes in for the save opportunity. Sweet home Alabama playing in the stadium, just doesn't hit like Timmy Trumpet at all, but he ends up getting a 1-2-3 inning very easily, strikes out Nick Fortes, gets back-to-back groundouts then from Birdie and Chisholm, and yep, Mets win this ball game. Your final score is 5-2. Hits 8-5 in favor of the Mets. 1 error for the Marlins, none for the Mets. Your winning pitcher is Kodai Senga. Trevor Rogers picks up the loss, and then the save goes to David Robertson with his 2nd of the season. So the offense definitely could have been better. There were definitely times where I thought they could have been better, but you know what? This is definitely a turnaround from what we've seen for the most part. I mean, it doesn't say much because I would have liked a bit better at times, like I said, but this for the most part was okay. Nimmo went 0 for 4, unfortunately. So that you need better from your leadoff hitter, that's for sure. He ended up getting hit by a pitch, of course. That's how he got that 1 run. But Brandon Nimmo needs to be better. Starling Marte going 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Pretty okay day for Starling Marte. Not the worst, but again, you could get better. Same with Lindor, who goes 1 for 4 and strikes out twice. You could get better, but he wasn't awful. Pete Alonso getting that home run, going 1 for 3. Solid day for Pete Alonso. Mark Canha, definitely a better day, as he was, I think, 0 for 17 going into one of his at-bats, and then he gets himself that hit. So he went 2 for 4. Very happy that Mark Canha is starting to get some hits. We need him to turn around, especially because, again, the bottom of this lineup cannot be automatic outs beyond Jeff McNeil. Well, I say that even though McNeil hit below him, but, like, I mean, Nimmo, Marte, Lindor, Alonso, McNeil, like, you need more outside of those 5. And Mark Canha struck out twice, but he still had a pretty okay day. Jeff McNeil, he went 1 for 3. He got a walk in this one, got an RBI. Solid day for Jeff McNeil. Tommy Pham, not so much, as he leaves 5 runners on, going 0 for 4 and struck out twice. Yikes. Yikes. Fantasy football boy. Gonna need him to turn around. Eduardo Escobar going 1 for 4. Struck out once, but he did get that home run. I'll call it a successful day for Eduardo Escobar for his standards at this point. I'll call it a successful day. So, Tomas Nido 1 for 4. Alvarez is going to get the catching tomorrow. I'm very excited for that because I think you're going to get more production from him when it comes to the offensive side things. I think that's a no-brainer. But, yeah, not an awful day for Tomas Nido, I guess. 2 for 8 for the Mets with runners in scoring position. 8 left on. Could have got better offense, but again, not the worst performance. And then for the pitching, yeah, your player of the game is Kodai Senga. Your player of the game is Kodai Senga, who just looks dominant out there. 3 walks, definitely a little high in the walk column, but still not egregious. Gets 6 strikeouts, allows that home run for 1 earned run. Allows only 3 hits, though, in 6 innings of work. Kodai Senga definitely looks comfortable very early here in the season, which was something that I was concerned about, if he was going to struggle early. But he definitely looked good early on. He's looking good so far early on. Let's not jinx it. Let's knock on wood. But it's 2 starts, and I know it's against the Marlins, so I shouldn't get ahead of myself. But the early outcome here of Kodai Senga looking good. But you also do have to give him credit, because some of these pitchers did struggle, like Drew Smith, who just did not have a good outing in a third of an inning, who allows a hit, allows a run, and walks a batter. Drew Smith, need better from him. Brooks Raley, you need better from him, who allows a walk and a hit. Not being able to get out of that inning ain't gonna cut it. I don't need Joe Ellie 2.0 here. I don't need Joe Ellie 2.0 with you, Brooks. which I have more confidence so that he could turn it around than I ever had in Joely Rodriguez. John Curtis in an inning and third, though, definitely was great. Didn't get any strikeouts, but he was definitely great. And David Robertson, D-Rob, looking good as he gets a strikeout. The only other strikeout for Mets pitchers in this game as they only finished with 7 strikeouts total, but he picks up the save and he definitely had a solid outing. And yeah, Mets end up winning it. Carlos Carrasco on the bump tomorrow. So let's hope that they could pick up the sweep here against the Marlins. But very good game for the Mets today for the most part. So I'm happier with what we saw. That is for damn sure. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live next. And I will see you in the next one. Let's go, Mets.